What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Underground Growers. Still your main gang, Iceberg Jam. In this episode, we're going to be taking some clones from this wedding cake triple OG and turning this plant here into a mother plant. So I'm just going to be taking certain clippings from this plant and making clones out of them to keep this wedding cake triple OG strain going for a while. Now there's quite a few different ways you can go about rooting your clones. Use the cubes, drop them straight in the soil, or roll like me and get your easy cloner. Makes it a hell of a lot easier and a lot faster. You do everything correctly. So before we go into cutting these clones, let's set up this easy cloner and the things I'm gonna be using in setting up this easy cloner. And if you happen to get you one, got one, you run it like this. But you're gonna need some rooting powder, because when you take your cuttings, you're gonna wanna drop them straight into a cup of water until you finish taking all your cuttings. So that after you got all your cuttings and you're ready to go to the easy cloner, set them in this different kinds of rooting powder and gels that you can get. So find one that's good for you. Have you some of that on standby. You're gonna need some clear res. The clear res goes into the easy cloner. It keeps it clean. There'll be a lot of fungus and bacteria growing in here with that water constantly going. So the clear res keeps the water in the easy cloner clean. Get your pH tester, whether you use the strips, however you do it. A lot of people just throw this water in there, throw the clones in there, and never pH the water. You want your water to be at a 5.8, no higher than a 6.0. So I try to keep mine at a 5.8, a pH at a 5.8, and let it roll. I see that it roots faster at a 5.8. You want to get you some razor blades. You want to use clean razor blades when you take your cuttings. You don't want to use no dirty scalpel. Taking your clones. I'm gonna be using a little bit of nutrient. I'm putting a little bit of nutrient in my my easy cloner. That's up for debate. I don't put as much, but I find that just adding a little bit of nutrients into the water, easy cloner, it helps once those roots start to, once your clone starts to root. It's good to have little nutrients, especially if you're gonna have them in there, for a while. So you don't have space in your tent, you're not ready to plant your clones in soil, you can leave it in there. Just easy cloner until you're ready to throw them in a tent. So in order to pH that water, you're gonna need some pH up and some pH down for when you're ready to pH the water. Easy cloner. I'm gonna be using some Clonex. It helps to help the clone to root. So first things first, we want to get this easy cloner going, the water pH'd, and I like to let my easy cloner run for 24 hours before I start adding my clones, my clippings, because it helps to get the chlorine out of the water. So just let it run. That's up for debate. I use it, works for me. So yeah, I let my easy cloner run for 24 hours before I even add my clones into the easy cloner. First things first, I'm going to add my water. It's my easy cloner. Oh yeah, the pump. I'm going to add my pump don't want to start your pump until it's fully submerged in the water. Got me some gallons of water on standby. Just gonna add this water. You want to keep up with how much water you put into your easy cone so you know how to measure the nutrients and stuff that you're going to put in. So that's 1 gallon. First thing I'm going to do, add me some of this clear as, and it says 1 ounce for every 5 gallons, so I don't use 3 gallons. I'm definitely going to put an ounce in there. So I'm going to put 10 milliliters of this clear as. Yeah, 10 milliliters. I don't have too much going on in this water. And my notes is 10 milliliters per gallon. So that's 30. I'm not going to use that much. I'm going to use 5 milliliters per gallon. I'm going to use 3 gallons, so that's 15 milliliters. Clonex. This is 5 milliliters. 5 milliliters per liter. That's 20 milliliters per gallon, which would be, because I use 3 gallons, it'll be 60 milliliters. I'm definitely not going to put that much in there. So cut that in half and go with 30 milliliters. And look, I'm going to go 40 milliliters. Added 10 more milliliters to it. I'll give this a stir. Once you get it all, ingredients and everything in there. Okay. This is where your pH come in, pH tester come in. Stir this around water. Put 7.2, 7.1. It's definitely too high. So we're going to use some pH down. You definitely don't want to use too much of this. It's pretty potent, so I'm going to do, it's at 7.1, I'm going to get it down to 5.8. I'm going to go with 5 milliliters. perfect. Now that we have our water right, we'll take our motor, make sure it's fully submerged in the water. Stop all the bubbles coming up before you turn it on. Like I said, I'm going to be letting this run for 24 hours. Top on. Let that sit for a couple of minutes. Make sure that motor is fully submerged in the water. You don't want to blow it up. So I'm going to plug this up, let this run for 24 hours, and then we'll come back and take our clones. So be back in 24 hours.